All right. In this video, I want to cover some new features we've added to adding blog posts. So, first, first issue would be, or new feature would be videos. So, I'm going to click on this article we have with with the video. Um, the key here is, I'm going to pull this up on YouTube so I can copy the link just to show you, um, like if you were going to add a new one, what you would do. It is pretty straightforward. The key with adding video posts is that you select format video on the right here, and then you also check the videos category. It's kind of complicated to explain, but the category does also need to be selected for some current formatting on the front end. Um, and then we've covered in a separate video, but I'll go ahead and cover this. Is that your headings will automatically feed into a table of contents widget. So we have various headings. Headings also just visually help break up an article. So they're not only important for user experience, they're also important for SEO. So, which again, I get into more details in my other video with Sierra, but the headings are definitely important for that table of contents and just to help visually break up the article rather than just a huge streaming of small text. Featured image is important as well. That's just going to show on the main index page. Now, since I'm logged in, not inspiration, we need the blog. Since I'm logged in, it's going to show posts I have currently marked as private because they're not public. One of them was an example post, which is good to pull up for now, anyways, just to show the table of contents. Again, this is covered in a separate video, but you can see we'll get a nice hierarchy of headings. So, heading level twos versus heading level threes being being subtopics of the heading level two. Um, so let's pretend we're gonna add a new video post. Um, let's say new video post example, and then I don't know. We would have some text here, but as soon as you paste in a YouTube link, it's gonna automatically pull that embed code, and then you could just hard return after that, and start your article here, and get your headings in as you see fit. Now, another thing that's important that I cover, we touched on, you need to select video here as format, as well as videos for the category. Community is a default category, so it's optional. I think down the road we will likely have different categories. We might even have featured builders as its own category, but for now we're going to keep it simple. But this is something I've covered, but I want to cover again, and that is when you're pasting from Word. Oftentimes, or if you're pasting from anywhere, frankly, oftentimes in WordPress, it's going to copy like everything. So if I paste here, I can see for sure some inline color, and also a different font. So if I switch over to code mode, we can see that Times New Roman's coming in here. We have the greens coming in here. These are just covered in a span element, or Arial is coming in here, and we don't want any of that. So if we go back to visual, you can simply highlight your text that you've copied, and you can clear the formatting. And then from here is where you would go in, and if you wanted something bold or italic, then you can add in your own styling in WordPress, and that's just going to help keep it ultra clean. I have covered it in other videos, but adding headings, you can highlight the text you want as your heading, and then select it there. Alternatively, you could also just be on a line, and you can the short codes are noted. So Shift Alt 2 is for heading level 2, 3, etc. So if let's say this was a 3, we can do Shift Alt 3, and then that becomes a heading level 3, which again would be a subheading of the preceding heading level 2. Featured image I've covered, but we set the featured image. You can select an image here. I'm just going to click that as an example. And then I'm not going to publish this, but I'm going to save a draft just so we can preview on the front end. So if we click preview, part of the reason too you need to select the video category is because it suppresses the featured image, because we want the video to be the first thing that people see. And so there we have it. Now the table of contents won't automatically happen until you have, I believe, at least 3 or possibly 2 headings. So let's do Shift Alt 2 on that, and let's save the draft. Let's closing these other tabs. Now if I refresh, we should see, yes, okay, so table of contents will automatically come in once we have more than 2 heading level 2s. That's just to prevent, we don't need a table of contents if it's a short article and there's only one heading. That's not really necessary. So that covers that. Now the other important factor is for adding images in the article itself. So let's just say we wanted to add an image in this article. You can upload, drag and drop from your computer, or let's just pick one here and insert into post. Now, sometimes it's going to come in. I think you can always come back, click the pencil. Large is definitely adequate. If you wanted it to be smaller, you could pick medium. But large should be good. You can change the alignment. I don't necessarily recommend that. Probably best just default or none. Caption though is important. So here's a caption. So we added a little caption there to that image. And now if we click update and save the draft, that image, if we refresh the post now, that image now has a little caption. I think most times you won't need that, but that's important if, let's say, you have image credits, or if your featured image is gonna need a caption. So there's one article we did on the history where it was important that we added a little caption for this featured image, and the place that you add that to the featured image is down here at the bottom of the post. So featured image credits, I've just created a custom field there, so you can add that to the featured image, because by default the featured image is going to expand, but it does not have a native caption field. So that's where you would edit that. Let's see, just general stuff I know I've covered before. I'm gonna go ahead and trash this example post. We don't need it. And that's how you could trash other posts if you'd like. You could, welcome to delete my example post here, but this was covered in a more lengthy video of how you could add, something like a gallery, or kind of more details in stuff like SEO. Um, so I hope you have found that helpful. Take care and bye for now.